Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hiba.
And I'm Zaid,
You're listening to Diary of a Matchmaker.
a podcast that will take you into our world as matchmakers.
We'll share our experiences and offer advice for the single Muslim.
So let's dive in.
Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to another episode. This is your matchmaker Hiba, and on the other mic is your matchmaker Zaid.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam. Fun fact, Zaid. Did you know that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, is derived from love?
I actually learned that recently. I was watching an Ustad Nu'man video and he was talking about the depth of the Arabic language. And I learned that word, Allah, actually does come from love. But that was recent. I did not know that prior to that.
Okay, subhanallah. So the word Allah comes from ilah. And ilah is derived from walah. Walah is the number 13, either 13 or 12, from the 14 levels of love in the Arabic language. And this type of love makes you forget about all your burdens. You don't feel pain, you don't feel the weight of the world because you're so in love with this person. And subhanallah, many people say, how come the word love, hub, is not mentioned in the Quran when talking about spouses, when the word love is instilled in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And actually, I didn't know that the word hub is not mentioned in the Quran, but there are different forms of it, like the ayah, I believe it's Surah Fatah, where it says, وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ حَبَّبَ إِلَيْكُمُ الْإِيمَانَ.
Yeah, so different forms of the word love, hub. Yeah. So why are we talking about love today? What does love have to do with marriage?
Exactly. Is love okay before marriage? Is it acceptable? So that's what we want to talk about because, love is just one of those things that kind of gets pushed aside when we talk about marriage, planning for marriage, because we get so caught up with the legal aspects, with making sure, there's no potential for zina or anything like that, making sure the conditions of the nikah are met. But the goal of marriage is fulfillment, it's love, it's joy, all of those things.
Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ar-Rum, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. I'm sure everyone is familiar with this ayah. You find it on every wedding invitation.
Yeah.
But what it basically says that from amongst his signs is that he created from you, for you, spouses, so that you may find tranquility and peace and love in them. So first of all, the love between spouses, this is a sign from Allah. When you think about your spouse, your relationship with them, it's supposed to remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second thing is Allah created us from each other. So he could have created men from one species and women from another species, but he created Hawa, or Adam's wife, from him because of the closeness we have to each other, subhanallah.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
So like you said, when talking about marriage and preparing for marriage, pre-marital workshops, pre-marital training, we're always talking about rights and responsibilities and ahkam and contract and all of that.
Yeah, and we get also
conflicts,
hung up on the fear of divorce,
all of that, which of course are very important, right? But we forget to talk about the core purpose of marriage, which is love. So is it okay to love before marriage?
So that's kind of a loaded question. It's okay to have feelings for someone. You can't help the feelings you have in your heart. The question is, how well you're going to tame those feelings. Are you going to act upon those feelings and do something that's outside the bounds of Sharia?
Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ said, لَمْ أَرَى لِلْمُتَحَبَّيْنِ مِثْلَ النِّكَاحِ. I know nothing better for two people who love each other than nikah, than marriage.
Oh.
If you have those feelings towards someone, just take it, be direct. Try to approach the girl or the girl's parents and express your interest in their daughter for marriage, What is better?
Well, hold on. No, let's pump the brakes just a little bit.
Okay.
I would say first, so let's say, let's try to kind of expand on the situation a bit. You're in college or university and, you're in your 20s or early 20s and there is somebody that you spent some time with and you've gotten to know her a little bit and you feel that she's mature. She is somebody you can see fitting into your life, that somebody that aligns with your values, who shares some of the interests and goals that you have. But let's say you're not financially ready to get married. What do you do in that situation? There are some things you can do. If if the only thing that's preventing you from marriage is financial readiness, and you have somebody that you really like and you might even be infatuated with, because there is a difference between infatuation and love, but I don't want to get sidetracked. So what do you do in this situation? Talk to your parents. All right? Say, Mom, Dad, there is somebody at school that I'm interested in, that I feel is a good fit for me, a good fit for this family, who's compatible with me. Would you be open to possibly financially supporting me through that, right? See where that conversation goes. It's all about just starting a conversation with your parents, because what I feel that some parents value in some situation, what some parents value more than financial readiness is maturity. Responsibility.
You're talking about the guy's parents or the girl's parents?
I'm talking about the girl's parents.
Okay, so after talking to your parents and if maybe they're not able to support you, maybe your future father-in-law is willing to support you. We've heard many stories where the father-in-law supported the son-in-law until he was done with school. He had a stable job.
It happened with one of my friends.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, he was still in school, in professional school, but father-in-law supported him, and alhamdulillah, they're doing very well now.
That's beautiful.
So where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't let financial readiness be a barrier towards marriage. There are different ways to tackle that problem. But let's say the problem is a bit more serious than that. You are just not in a position where you can get financially ready anytime soon. Your parents are not able to support you. What do you do in that situation?
Or maybe it's not about finances, but you're just unable to get married right now and you really like this girl.
Okay, so then busy yourself with things that will help you get ready. Right? There are things that you can do, for example, getting a second job. If you're young, you have the energy, and you really like somebody, then prove your worth. And I'm obviously talking about guys here. Whether it's getting a second job, whether it's getting on track towards getting ready for marriage, so taking on more financial responsibilities, whether it's paying your own bills, taking care of your health.
Exactly. Go to the gym, take care of your health to prepare yourself for marriage. Involve yourself in ibadah, making dua. Oh Allah, if she's meant for me, then please make the road to marriage easy. Make it easy for me. Make it easy for us to get married.
Yeah. And if she's not meant for me, then remove that desire from my heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, you can grow some skills that will help you get ready for marriage. A side hustle, maybe.
Yeah.
There are 1,000,001 things to do.
Start saving.
But the first thing I would say is start taking different classes, or try not to be too much around her, because if you're gonna be seeing her every day, then it's gonna be very hard to remove that desire from your heart.
Yeah.
I feel that the early scholars, they felt much more comfortable talking about love. And unfortunately, today it's very uncommon to find a sheikh or a dars where they're discussing the topic of love, romantic love. And they're focusing, like we said, more on the halal and haram, on the fiqhi aspect. When, for example, Ibn Hazm, which was a great scholar, I don't know in which year, but we're talking about many, many, many years ago, probably over 1,000 years ago. He wrote a book that's called Tawq al-Hamama, The Ring of the Dove. And it's an extensive study that talks about love, talks about different states of love, stories about love, symptoms of love. And at the same time, he was a deen scholar. I wish we can see that more in our time, even though today we're much more modern, right?
Yeah, and the book's actually been translated into English.
Yeah, many languages, actually. Yeah.
So the reason we're bringing this up is because we don't want to forget the goal of marriage, right? That marriage is about love. It's also, yes, it is a way to channel your desires. It is a way to grow spiritually.
To have children.
Those things are important. But don't forget that love does play a crucial role, right? And, as the saying goes, that you love the one that you marry, you don't marry the one that you love, right? That outside of Islam, people date, they live together. We obviously, even in Canada, we have a concept called common law, where you can just live together for X number of years and be considered entered into a legal relationship. So, but in Islam, you marry the person, or you love the person that you marry. Sorry.
Yeah, because real love, true love,
it happens after you start living with them.
Exactly, after marriage, where you've seen them in multiple states. Love comes with sacrifice, where responsibility, where you wake up early to make his breakfast. You sacrifice things for each other. You
wake up early to make my breakfast?
What do you think? I don't think those avocados make themselves.
Obviously, there's a huge difference between infatuation and love. Infatuation is when you haven't taken the time to assess values, goals, expectations. You haven't really given this person a clear thought.
Yeah, sometimes you find
you're just obsessed with the way she moves her hair and the way she talks, and she's got a voice like Celine Dion.
or you find a girl, she's so in love with the celebrity. Girl, you're not in love.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that once. I think it was an Egyptian actor that girls would pass out when they would see him.
Oh no, it's worse. Abdul Halim Hafiz, when he passed away.
Yeah.
Some girls jumped from buildings, killed themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy, yeah. But if you haven't spoken to her yet, you just love the way she carries herself and her voice. If you haven't spoken to him yet, then it's 100% not love. This is attraction, infatuation, liking, and true love comes after marriage.
Yeah. So as I said, when those feelings start to enter your heart, try to find halal ways to channel them. Start with yourself before you even start with your parents. You know, what is it that you want out of life? What are your goals, expectations, your core values? And then start that conversation with your parents and just begin that journey, because these things take time, right? Marriage is not an impulsive decision. It takes time. And if you're impulsive about it, then God forbid you're setting yourself up for disaster.
Parting words. Marriage is beautiful. Love is beautiful. It's not a cliche thing. It's not just for teenagers. Marriage is not all about responsibilities and expenses and groceries and children. I pray that Allah grants every one of you who are looking to get married to grant them a loving spouse who would remind them of the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let us know if you loved this episode or not. A good sign of love would be those beautiful 5 stars.
May Allah make the road to marriage easy for you. Ameen. May He grant you suitable spouses. If you are looking to get married, or you know somebody that needs help, or just needs some tools to help assess compatibility, we have a wide array of resources on our website. We do workshops, we do private matchmaking. So definitely check out our website. If you have any questions, reach out to us through our website, halalmatch.ca.
Yeah, and would love to work with you. Until next time.
All right, Assalamu alaikum.